agenda here we have the Ruddock violation update. I really don't have any update on this except that a letter was sent to the management company. Marlene, since you are here, I believe that the letter is asking to remove an unwarranted substantiated charge on your account, correct?
I don't have the letter in front of me. If that's what you're telling me, that's...
Oh, well, it says Marlene and Alan Roddick, thank you for your time. Alan Roddick, I believe it must have been your husband who sent the letter.
I don't have it in front of me, but...
Well, I have it here and I don't think it's necessary. Would you like to see the copy?
What do you want from me? What's your point?
Well, this was on the agenda, so I have to bring up an update, but there is no update. I mean, the fine is still the fine.
What's the letter asking for?
The letter is asking us to remove the fine.
Is that everything that the letter's asking for?
Well, I'd be happy to read it. Dear Ms. Carlin, in response to my email inquiry on December 12th, 2009, you advised us that we had a $1,000 charge on our account with Meadowbrook of Bonita Springs Homeowners Association. You indicated that although it was booked as miscellaneous charge, you can only assume that this is the compliance fine from the past issue. According to the financial reports approved at the October 29th, 2009 board meeting and noted in the meeting minutes, there was no account balance as of that date. Therefore, we can assume that this $1,000 charge was applied between October 29th, 2009 and November 31st, 2009. Gulf Breeze turned over the accounts to independent management during this period. Please understand that our confusion over this issue is because we have never received any correspondence indicating this charge is on our account or specifically why it was placed there. It was only as a result of our inquiry to you that we learned of this. However, since you are new to Meadowbrook Management, we are asking for your input in this matter. On September 16, 2009, we received a letter from a Meadowbrook homeowner stating that we had a $1,000 fine that we refused to pay and that I, as a board member, refused to collect upon. See attachment A. I don't know what that was. However, the board diligently reviewed and approved the financials each month at the board meetings. No charge had ever appeared on the books. Suddenly, at the board meeting on September 17, 2009, there was discussion about a fine on our account from 2007 or early 2008. At that point, the board voted to place the $1,000 fine against our account. As a result, today we have a $1,000 undocumented charge on our account. We dispute this undocumented charge via email to Kevin Durkin on April 22nd, 2009. We notified Gulf Breeze that the situation was corrected. Then we received an intent to fine letter dated May 9th, 2009. We were already in compliance at that time. Therefore, please provide the documentation that we are not in compliance after May 9th, 2009, intent to fine letter, or provide some evidence of an actual violation. Otherwise, please immediately remove this unwarranted, substantiated charge on our account. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Alan Rodak.
Now, if I were reading that letter, I would say that what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for some kind of proof. We have never received any notification that there's any charge applied to our account. Never anything. The only reason I found this out was because I emailed Sarah and asked if we had an account balance. And this was based on board meetings where there was never an account balance. And it was proven in board meetings that there was never an account balance on our account. Sarah came back and said, there's a $1,000 charge on your account. My husband is asking why that account is there, and if you're saying that it's from some violation from in 2008 or 2007, provide some documentation that there was a violation.
Did you not receive a packet of this from the association last year?
Does that show that there's a fine on our account?
Yes, it does.
Where? Show me.
Well, the first, this goes back to management companies. You know, we're not going to rehash this, Marlene. You received this, you know exactly when you were fined and whatever. My only suggestion to you would be that if you wish to reopen this case, we will give you the opportunity to reopen this with the Covenants Committee. At which time, instead of you constantly asking us for documentation, perhaps you can give us some documentation as to when your renters moved out, whatever it may be. You are constantly demanding from us documentation. We have letters going back from 2007, a month after your renters moved in. It's all in here. It was all given to you.
I'm asking.
Go ahead.
You brought up the letter. You said that you received this letter requesting something that you didn't understand. You read the letter. I explained to you, if I were reading that letter, what I would interpret that request to be.
Well, I'm
that
reading
request
the letter,
is saying,
and it's saying that you don't know anything about this fine.
that request is saying that a fine was just placed on our account in November of 2 months ago.
There is a fine, intent to fine letter in here that says that if you did not contact the association and ask for a hearing, that you have agreed that you owe the fine. Did you ever contact us and ask for a hearing?
There was an email sent in indicating that we were now in compliance.
And you sent this to Kevin Durkin in 2009?
Yes.
That was last year when you were on the board?
No. No,
You
that
said
was 2008.
in your letter.
No, it would have been 2009 or 2008.
So that then obviously that was a typographical error?
Yeah, if that's what the letter says, then it must have been a typo.
Well, then you agree that that very often happens, that sometimes things just get misplaced or miswritten.
I
So
don't
in other words, if you
understand
can
your
make a
point.
mistake in the letter and say 2009, but nobody else can make a mistake. We've been through 3 management companies, and records were not sent. But all these records have been in the association's possession since 2007.
So you're saying you don't have records on it, based on
Oh,
the
no,
fact
we
that
have all the
okay.
records.
Then all I'm asking for is, I want to know why a $1,000 charge was placed on our account 2 months ago. You can't just arbitrarily place
The fine was
fines.
already given to you in 2007. You owned
There was
this fine
never
for
a
free
fine
just
on our
because
account.
It didn't show where you wanted to show. I'm sorry, there may
On
have
the
been an
financials.
error in that. But the DBR report is in here. Everything is in here. Marlene, look, I'm not getting into this with you. You've had this for over a year. Now,
Hey.
you have we are giving you the opportunity to bring this back before the Covenants Committee, but we will also ask you to provide us with some information except hearsay from you. You obviously have a letter you must have sent to your tenants.
That's none of your business.
Well, it is our business.
No, it isn't. Any
You want all the
correspondence.
information from us, but you're not willing to give any.
You're the one fining me.
That's
You need to
correct.
provide some documentation to show why you're
Marlene, I'm
why
not-
you're putting money